Macmillan Audio presents Beloved Enemy by Eric Van Lustbader. Read for you by Peter Berkrot.
What came before? 4 years ago, while on assignment in Moscow with the late president, Jack McClure was introduced to Annika Dementieva through a violent incident set up by her grandfather, Dyadya Gurdjieff, a man of great charisma with a Machiavellian mind. Gurdjieff needed Jack to solve a vexing puzzle for him that ran all the way from Ukraine to the highest levels of American government. During this time, Annika was forced to lie to Jack again and again. Nevertheless, the two were gripped by a powerful attraction and fell in love, a love that was to be tested time and time again in the ensuing years. Jack learned that Annika had been abducted by her father, causing her mother's death. Gurdjieff bent all his will to getting her back. It took years, during which time Annika's politically powerful father subjected her to unspeakable abuse. But it wasn't only Annika who loved Jack. Her grandfather saw qualities in him that caused him to subtly alter his plan, so that when he died, Jack was drawn more tightly into Annika's orbit. Jack discovered that the old man had formed an alliance with Iraj Namazi, known to the world as the Syrian, a terrorist more interested in money and power than ideology. What the two men were planning was a mystery. But Gurdjieff's death brought Annika to the Syrian side, parting her once again from Jack. To gain, you must yield. To grasp, let go. To win, lose. Chinese proverb. God has given you one face, and you make yourself another. Hamlet to Ophelia, Act 3, Scene 1. Prologue. April 21st, Maribel, Switzerland. Jack McClure, squeezing through a tapering tube of icy metal, had run out of options. There was no way back. He had to go forward, further into this curved tube. A massive decorative talon, one of 4 built at the corners of the chalet's roof. He inched forward, his breath coming in steaming clouds. In front of him, sunlight slid into the open end of the talon. It seemed to inch toward him with a terrible slowness. Placing one hand in front of the other, one knee sliding forward, then the other, he continued on, while the tube shrank around him. Ahead of him, the brightness of sunlight quickened. Just a few feet more. And then he stopped. He was stuck. He tried to push forward, but there was no room. A kind of panic welled up in him. The same feeling he'd had as a child, when the letters on the pages of books he tried to read swam in front of his eyes like schools of frightened fish. He closed his eyes, emptied his mind of panic, then of fear. His mind's eye looked around, found the place outside himself of perfect calm. He projected himself there. The place fit over him like a familiar glove, giving to his particular contours. Here he felt safe. Here he could accomplish anything, even interpret two-dimensional objects. Relaxing his body, he breathed out, emptying his lungs, and moved forward, out of the icy talon, into the brilliant sunlight, the landscape dominated by sparkling Alps. For a moment, he clung to the outside of the talon. Then he made his careful way along its curved length, to alight at last on the chalet's roof. He crouched down, fired the air weight 3 times. Then the Syrian appeared in the helo's open doorway, a gun aimed at him.
"You poor fool!"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?